countless knives rained down from the sky, crashing onto the ground right in front of the woman, nearly slicing her in half. A pair of scissors also plunged straight into the man's body. The two were trapped inside a bone chamber, unable to move, while the knives continued to fall relentlessly. It was only a matter of time before they would be killed. Their only hope of survival lay in the hands of the man outside, but his leg was tightly entangled in steel wire. All he had to do was pull the lever before him, and the chamber would open. However, doing so would mean his leg would be instantly crushed. Clenching his teeth, the man yanked the lever. The steel wire tightened rapidly, followed by his agonized scream. The two were finally freed, but the woman, in a moment of panic, almost got impaled by a pitchfork. Danger lurked at every turn, yet in order to survive, they had no choice but to press forward, dragging along the now crippled man to the next challenge. Just as Black Brother, Hei-Ge, was about to learn the rules of the next game, a rope suddenly tightened around him, hoisting him into the air. Below him, a meat grinder roared to life. It turned out that this man had once sold a faulty motorcycle with broken brakes for money, leading to the death of the rider. Now, the power source of the meat grinder was the same type of motorcycle, and the only way to stop it was by pulling a brake lever placed at the very bottom of the machine. The motorcycle revved up, spinning the meat grinder at high speed. Hei-Ge was slowly being lowered toward the blades. He stretched out his hand to reach for the brake, but as the space narrowed, his arm was instantly slashed open. At that moment, the woman found an iron rod and jammed it into the motorcycle's wheel, miraculously stopping the meat grinder. Just as they were about to relax, they suddenly realized they had forgotten to pull the brake. The steel rod was quickly entangled in the wheels, causing the machine to start up once more. The woman, now powerless to stop it, could only watch in horror as Hei-Ge was shredded into a bloody pulp. Meanwhile, two more bodies appeared elsewhere in the city. Upon examination, it was revealed that the victims were tied to a series of gruesome murders. The forensic team, after analyzing the corpses, suspected that the killer might be the infamous Jigsaw maniac, but he had died 10 years ago. At that moment, one of the forensic examiners displayed an eerie expression during the autopsy. The police decided to follow him and tracked him to a warehouse. Inside, they discovered all the torture devices previously used by the Jigsaw maniac. Adding to the horror, a newly minced corpse lay in the middle of the warehouse. Who was the real killer? That remained unknown. Meanwhile, the surviving woman was trying to pry open a door, hoping to escape, but just as she was about to make it out, a figure wearing a pig head mask emerged from the shadows and knocked her unconscious.